The little girl merely slipped off her gloves and touched the horse. Unexpectedly, the horse collapsed instantly, dead on the spot. The girl's name was Mary. Since childhood, her mother had made her wear gloves, whether eating or sleeping. She was never allowed to remove them, for anything touched by her hands would mysteriously die like that horse. Thus everyone believed Mary was evil. Seeing her was like encountering a specter. Some even believed Mary was possessed by the devil, and had no choice but to seek out Dr. Morrow, paying him to escort mother and daughter to a distant town to find a pastor for an exorcism. After Morrow and Anne agreed on the price, they prepared to depart the next day, but someone leaped down from the barn roof, mistaking Morrow for a horse thief. They immediately attacked. Fortunately, Anne intervened in time. It turned out that in 1849, a plague had swept across America. Morrow's wife and children had perished in that epidemic. Thus, Morrow believed Mary was merely a carrier of the plague, not possessed by demons. That night, as they prepared to rest, a sudden gunshot rang out. They had encountered bandits. The female bandit seized Anne, forced Morrow to discard his gun. At first, they thought the bandits only sought loot, but after taking their belongings, they attempted to abduct Anne's daughter. Fortunately, Ron suddenly leaped from a tree. During his struggle with the male bandit, his gun accidentally discharged, striking the female bandit squarely in the eye. Realizing the danger, they fled in haste, leaving behind all their food and water. Deprived of sustenance, they trudged through the desert. Soon, Marie suffered severe dehydration. The next morning, Morrow rose early, collecting dew still clinging to rocks, to barely hydrate Marie. He then examined her mouth. As a doctor, was convinced Mary carried a disease. Rather than being possessed by demons, they trekked through the wilderness for 3 days. Finally, a campsite appeared ahead. Upon reaching it, they found an elderly woman and her children. Fortunately, the woman had ample water and allowed them to replenish their supplies. Strangely, the woman's son wore a hood over his head, claiming he suffered from some incurable disease. Her daughter sat dumbly in a chair, showing no reaction whatsoever. It turned out that when they came to America to seek gold, they had been part of a large convoy of over 20 wagons and more than 10 families. After enduring 2 attacks, only a few of them remained. The first attack came from Native Americans, who nearly slaughtered all the men in the convoy. The second attack came from white men. Not only did they defile all the women, they slaughtered every horse they owned. Hearing this, Morrow suddenly craved alcohol. He walked behind the old woman's wagon, intending to drink in secret, but saw something he shouldn't have. Inside the wagon was a baby's cradle, yet there was no infant among the old woman's group. Morrow instantly sensed something was terribly wrong. He rushed to stop Annie from eating the old woman's food. They intended to take Sophie away, but the old woman wouldn't let them go. She held Sophie's life hostage, forcing Morrow to lower his weapon. Only then did they realize the old woman wanted to steal their horses and flee. What they never expected was that at that very moment, the old woman removed Sophie's glove.